Kirtan, you gonna sing?
I'm gonna sing Drishti Ninna Padadani. It's a song of Lord Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Prabhuji. Thank you
It's
so much.
like it's the songs created by Purandara Dasa, composed by Purandara Dasa. Drishti Ninna Padadani. ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನರಹಾರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನರಹಾರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದುಷ್ಟ ಜನ ಸಂಘವನ್ನು ಬಿಡಾಂಗೆ ದುಷ್ಟ ಜನ ಸಂಘವನ್ನು ಬಿಡಾಂಗೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಡಾಂಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮಾತು ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸದಂಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮಾತು ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸದಂಗೆ ಮನ ಕಟ್ಟಿಸೆಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದ ಬಿಡದಂಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿಸೆಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದ ಬಿಡದಂಗೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನರಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದಿಟ್ಟನಾಗಿ ಕೈಯನೆತ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ನಾ ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ದಿಟ್ಟನಾಗಿ ಕೈಯನೆತ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ನಾ ಮಾಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟನಾಗಿ ನಾಲ್ವರೋಳು ತಿರುಗದಾಂಗೆ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟನಾಗಿ ನಾಲ್ವರೋರು ತಿರುಗದಾಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ ಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜನ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಂಗೆ ಶಿಷ್ಟ ಜನ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಂಗೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗಾಗಿ ದೈನ್ಯ ಪಡಲಾರೆ ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಗಾಗಿ ದೈನ್ಯ ಪಡಲಾರೆ ನಾನು ಪಟ್ಟಾವಳಿ ಬೇಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಪಟ್ಟಾವಳಿ ಬೇಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಗುಟ್ಟು ಅಭಿಮಾನಗಳ ಕಾಯೋ ನೀನು ಗುಟ್ಟು ಅಭಿಮಾನಗಳ ಕಾಯೋ ನೀನು ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೆ ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಈಸಲಾರೆ ನಾನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ನಟ್ಟ ನಡುವೆ ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಈಸಲಾರೆ ನಾನು ಎತ್ತಿ ಕಟ್ಟೆ ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಂತ ಪಾಪಗಳ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವೆ ನಾನು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಂತ ಪಾಪಗಳ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವೆ ನಾನು ಸುಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲ ನೀನು ಸುಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡು ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲ ನೀನು ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಡೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ
Hari Bol, Ankush Prabhuji. So nice, so divine and
ಹರಿ
very
ಬೋಲ್
nice.
ಮಾತಾಡಿ
Hari Bol, Danvat Pranams, Prabhuji. So beautiful.
Now I will read the translation.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The song translates, let my sight is on your feet. The song expresses deep admiration and devotion to Lord Krishna. It's a, it's a prayer that the devotee's gaze and mind are perpetually focused on the Lord, acknowledging the beauty and divine nature of Krishna's feet and seeking to remain lost always in his presence. The lyrics are a metaphor for unwavering devotion to the feet of the Lord, represent their div- divine source and the ultimate goal of devotion. And the song expresses a desire to constantly behold this divine source with complete focus. Not Krishna, make me not to hear bad things and not to hear speak bad words. Krishna, let not me become corrupt with bad association. Let me have good association with devotees. Krishna, I do not desire name, fame, or wealth. I only want your bhakti. I am carrying mountains of sins. O Purandara, burn me all sins, Krishna, like you vanquished demons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Such a wonderful kirtan, right? And Haribol to you, Ankush Prabhuji, for singing this so very beautifully for all of us. It is so divine. Thank you so much. All right. So let's begin our class today with Mangalacharan. Uh, anyone would like to sing Mangalacharan or else I can sing? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, should I sing Mangalacharan?
Yes, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Mangalacharan. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Anjanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Tadadi Swapadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Pada Sri Yudapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaisnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakrajadam Sakagana Raghunathanam Vidam Tam Sajabi Jivam Sadvaidam Sadvadudam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Ladida Sri Vishakhan Vidamsha Namabom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Brishaya Budale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Sri Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani निर्विशेष शून्यवादी वाचात्य देशधारिणी नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गुरुदेवेश नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांद नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभय एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All right, so we will begin our class. All right, so anyone remembers or anyone would like to share what we covered yesterday? Hare Krishna. What did we read yesterday?
The devotees began
Anything?
a warm devotees began a warm up Krishna on stage. dancing the way Swamiji had shown them. A little after 8 o'clock, Moby Grape took the stage with heavy electric guitars, electric bass, and two drummers. They launched into their first number.
All right. Thank you, Prabhuji. Anything else? Anyone is able to recollect? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, at around 8 o'clock, that Moby Grape performed. The large speakers shook the ballroom with their vibrations. At around 9:30, Swamiji left his Frederick Street apartment and got into the back seat of Harvey's Cadillac. On the way to Avalon, he talked about the need to open more centers. And at
Yes.
around 10 o'clock, Swamiji walks up the stairs of the Avalon, followed by Kirtanananda and Ranachora. And as he entered, the atmosphere transformed. Suddenly, the light show shifted to the images of Krishna and his divine pastimes, including Krishna and Arjuna riding together on Arjuna's chariot, Krishna eating butter, Krishna subduing the whirlwind demon, Krishna playing the flute.
Very
And
nice.
as Swamiji walked through the crowd, everyone stood up, applauding and cheering. Then he invites Allen Ginsberg to speak, and he describes his experiences with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and his early days in Second Avenue storefront. And he encouraged everyone to visit the new temple, Frederick Street Temple.
Yeah. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Sharmila Mataji, for summarizing it so very beautifully. All right. Anything else anyone would like to add? Mataji has covered all the important points. Anything else you're all able to recollect? So, did someone take initiation in the yesterday when we read? Did someone ask for initiation?
Yes.
Right. So, who was there and what exactly?
Swamiji,
Yes, I come to Prabhuji.
Swamiji asked him two questions.
Okay, what were the questions?
First question is, who is Krishna?
Right.
The boy thought for a moment and said, Krishna is God.
Haribol.
Swamiji replied, yes. And who are you? Second question. Again the boy thought for a moment and then replied, I am the servant of God. Swamiji said, very good. Then, yes, you can be initiated now, tomorrow.
Very nice. Haribol. Such a wonderful conversation, no? Two simple questions, but he has got the essence of it. So nice. Right? We're all the servants of Krishna. So that's the message for all of us. Very beautifully conveyed. And where did we, and apart from that, there were so many other scenes about what was happening in the ballroom and all of that. And then there was one instance wherein one of the devotees was talking about Srila Prabhupada's ability to get people out of LSD drugs, right? Anyone is able to recollect what was the conversation on that front? Hare Krishna. We read right yesterday. So what happens? No one remembers.
Question, Mataji?
You want me to repeat, Mataji?
Yeah, I didn't hear.
No, I was saying, Mataji, that someone was saying right yesterday, and when we read that Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada had an amazing ability to get people out of LSD drugs. Right? So what was that he is trying to say through that? Why did he say that? What exactly happened? And some interesting incident also happened yesterday, no? When we concluded, there were some people who came into the scenes.
Yeah, young hippie with wild hair, wild red hair, heard plunged in crying, oh Krishna, help me, oh, don't let them get me. Oh, for God's sake, help.
Okay, nice, Prabhuji. Yes, so that was what he said. But we'll also have a quick look as to what was the incident which I'm referring to. Okay, I'll just share my screen. So we concluded here yesterday, like Prabhuji said, that was right. So what I've been asking is about this. See, Michael Bowen says, Bhaktivedanta Swami had an amazing ability through devotion to get people off drugs, especially speed, heroin, burned out LSD cases, all of that. And what was the incident, interesting incident which happened? Haridasa says, the police used to come with their paddy wagons through the park in the early hours of the morning and pick up runaway teenagers sleeping in the park. The police would round them up and try to send them back home. The hippies needed all the help they could get and they knew it. And the Radha Krishna temple was certainly a kind of spiritual heaven. Kids sensed it. They were running, living on the streets, no place where they could go, where they could rest, where people weren't going to hurt them. A lot of kids would literally fall into the temple. Yeah, I think it saved a lot of lives. There might have been a lot more casualties if it hadn't been for Hare Krishna. It was like opening a temple in a battlefield, right? How beautiful. And it was the hardest place to do it, but it was the place where it was most needed. Although Swami had no precedence for dealing with any of this, he applied the chanting with miraculous results. The chanting was wonderful, it worked. And as Allen Ginsberg had advised 5,000 hippies at the Avalon, the early morning Kirtana at the temple provided a vital community service for those who were coming down from LSD and wanted to stabilize their consciousness on re entry. Allen himself sometimes dropped by in the morning with acquaintances with whom he had stayed up all night. But on occasion, the re entries would come flying in out of control for crash landings in the middle of the night. One morning at 2 a.m., the boys sleeping in the storefront were awakened by a pounding at the door, screaming, and police lights. When they opened the door, Beard plunged in, crying, "Oh, Krishna, Krishna, oh, help me. Oh, don't let them get me. Oh, for God's sake, help." That was the revolution, the spiritual revolution which was happening at San Francisco. Because, like we read before already, also, hippies are not people who deserve to be punished. Clearly Srila Prabhupada said, every soul deserves Krishna consciousness. And all these people have been suffering because they've been abandoned by their homes, they didn't have a place to stay, they've been abandoned by the society, they've been going through a lot of struggles and they've been longing for some true love, which they didn't get, so they've been resorting to other modes. Now, Krishna sensed this situation and sent Srila Prabhupada to rescue all these people. So that's why he's clearly said, no, it was like opening a temple in a battlefield. And it was the hardest place to do it, but it was the place where it was most needed. That's the reason Srila Prabhupada had to go through so many challenges and struggles just to help out all these people. Look at the mercy of Krishna, no? And mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Ideally, these are people who've been moving away from Krishna consciousness, who've been doing wrong things. But look at the mercy of Krishna, even for fallen souls, how much he is thinking and is giving so many opportunities for them to get elevated. So that's the beautiful message we are getting through this. So Haribol, Hare Krishna. So continue with this thought. So we will start from this page. So whoever would like to read, you can raise your hands, and then I will, as usual, call you. Okay. I see Muthumanikam Prabhuji, you have raised your hands. Yes, Muthumanikam Prabhuji. Go ahead, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mata. A policeman stuck his head in the door and smiled. We decided to bring him by here, he said, because we thought maybe you guys could help him. I am not comfortable in this body. The boy screamed as the policeman shut the door. The boy began chanting furiously and turned white, sweating profusely in terror. Swamiji's boys spent the rest of the early morning consoling him and chanting with him until the Swami came down for Kirtana and class. The devotees often sent distressed young people to Swamiji with their problems, and they allowed almost anyone to see Swamiji and take up his valuable time. While walking around San Francisco, Ravindra Swarupa once met a man who claimed to have seen people from Mars in his tent when he had been stationed in Vietnam. The man who had just been discharged from an army hospital said that the Martians have talked to him. Ravindra Swarupa told him about Swamiji's book Easy Journey to Other Planets, which verified the idea of life on the other planets, and he suggested that the Swami could probably tell him. Mataji, scroll down. Swami up in his apartment. Yes, Swamiji answered. There are Martians. Gradually, Swamiji's followers became more considerate of their spiritual master and began protecting him from persons they thought might be undesirable. One such undesirable was Rapid, perhaps the dirtiest hippie in Hyde Ashbury. Rapid's hair was always disheveled, dirty, and even filled with lice. His clothes were ragged and filthy, and the dirty, dirt-caked body stank. He wanted to meet the Swami, but the devotees refused, not wanting to defile Swamiji's room with rabbits' nasty, stinging presence. One night after the lecture, however, Rabbit waited outside the temple door. As Swamiji approached, Rabbit asked, "May I come up and see you?" Swamiji replied, "Agreed." As for challenges, almost every night someone would come to argue with the Swamiji. One man came regularly with prepared arguments from a philosophy book from which he would read aloud. Swamiji would defeat him, and the man would go home, prepare another argument, and come back again with his book. One night, after the man had presented his challenge, Swamiji simply looked at him without bothering to reply. Swamiji's neglect was another defeat for the man who got up and left. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanvat pranams. Thank you so much. Okay, Shamla Mataji, I see your hand raised. Please continue, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Israel, like Rabbit, was another well-known Haight Ashbury character. He had a long ponytail and often played the trumpet during Kirtana. After one of Swamiji's evening lectures, Israel challenged, This chanting may be nice, but what will it do for the world? What will it do for humanity? Swamiji replied, are you not in the world? If you like it, why will others not like it? So you chant loudly. A mustached man standing at the back of the room asked, are you Allen Ginsberg's guru? Many of the devotees knew that the question was loaded and that to answer either yes or no would be difficult. Swamiji replied, I'm nobody's guru, I'm everybody's servant. To the devotees, the whole exchange became transcendental due to the Swamiji's reply. Swamiji had not simply given a clever response, he had answered out of a deep, natural humility. One morning, a couple attended the lecture. A woman carrying a child and a man wearing a backpack. During the question and answer period, the man asked, what about my mind? Swamiji gave him philosophical replies, but the man kept repeating, what about my mind? What about my mind? With a pleading, compassionate look, Swamiji said, I have no other medicine. Please chant this Hare Krishna. I have no other explanation. I have no other answer. But the man kept talking about his mind. Finally, one of the women devotees interrupted and said, just do what he says, just try it. And Swamiji picked up his kartalas and began kirtana. One evening, a boy burst into the lecture exclaiming that a riot was gathering on Hate Street. The Swami should come immediately, address the crowd, and calm everyone down. Mukunda explained that it wasn't necessary for Swamiji to go. Others could help. The boy just stared at Swamiji as if giving an ultimatum. Unless Swamiji came immediately, there would be a riot, and Swamiji would be to blame. Swamiji spoke as if preparing to do what the boy wanted. Yes, I am prepared, but nobody went, and there was no riot. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Shabana Mataji. Dhanavad pranams. Lakshmi Mataji, you can continue, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Usually during the Kirtana, at least one dancer would carry on in a narcissist, egoist way, occasionally becoming lewd to the point where Swamiji would ask the person to stop. One evening, before Swamiji had come down from his apartment, a girl in a mini skirt began writhing and gyrating in the temple during Kirtana. When one of the one second, Mataji. When one of the devotees went upstairs and told Swamiji, he replied, that's all right. Let her use her energy for Krishna. I am coming soon and I will see it for myself. When Swamiji arrived and started another Kirtana, the girl who was very skinny again began to wriggle and gyrate. Swamiji opened his eyes and saw. He frowned and glanced at some of his disciples, indicating his displeasure. Taking the girl aside, one of the women escorted her out. A few minutes later, the girl returned, wearing slacks and dancing in a more reserved style. Swamiji was sitting on his dais, lecturing to a full house when a fat girl who had who had been sitting on the window seat suddenly stood up and began hollering at him. Are you just going to sit there? She yelled. What are you going to do now? Come on, aren't you going to say something? What are you going to do? Who are you? Her action was so sudden, mid her speech so violent that no one in the temple responded. Unangered, Swamiji sat very quietly. He had appeared hurt. Only the devotee sitting closest to him heard him say softly, as if to himself, it is the darkest of darkness. Another night, while Swamiji was lecturing, a boy came up and sat on the dais beside him. The boy faced out toward the audience and interrupted Swamiji. I would like to say something now. Swamiji politely said, wait until after the class. Then we have questions. The boy waited for a few minutes, still sitting on the dais, and Swamiji continued to lecture. But again, the boy interrupted. I got something to say. I want to say what I have to say now. The devotees in the audience looked up astonished, thinking that Swamiji would handle the matter and not wanting to cause a disturbance. None of them did anything. They simply sat while the boy began talking incoherently. Then Swamiji picked up his kartalas. All right, let us have Kirtana. The boy sat in the same place throughout the Kirtana, looking crazily, sometimes menacingly at Swamiji. After half an hour, the Kirtana stopped. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Lord Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Ekamat Prabhuji, you can continue.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji,
Swamiji cut
Hare
an apple. Hare Krishna. Swamiji cut an apple into small pieces, as was his custom. He then placed the sparring knife and a piece of apple in his right hand and held his hand out to the boy. The boy looked at Swamiji, then down at the apple and knife. The room became silent. Swamiji motionlessly smiling, smiling slightly at the boy. After a long tense moment, the boy reached out. A sign rose from the audience as the boy chose the piece of apple from Swamiji's open hand. Haridasa, I used to watch how Swamiji would handle things. It wasn't easy. To me, that was a real test of his powers and understanding. How to handle these people, not alienate or antagonize or trip them up to create more trouble. He would turn their energy so that before they knew it, they were calm, like when you pat a baby, we stop crying. Swami had a way of doing that with words, with the intonation of his voice, with his patience to let them carry on for a certain period of time, let them work it out, act it out even. I guess he realized that the devotees just couldn't say, listen, when you come to the temple, you can't behave this way. It was a delicate situation. Often someone would ask, I am God. They would get an insight of our hallucinations from their dress. They would try to steal the spotlight they wanted to be heard, and you could feel an anger against the Swami from people like that. Sometimes they would speak inspired and poetic for a while, but they couldn't sustain it. And their speech would become gibberish. And the Swami was not one to simply pass by people. He wasn't going to coddle them. He would say, what do you mean? If you are God, then you have to be all knowing. You have to have the attributes of God. Are you omniscient and omnipotent? He would then name all the characteristics that one would have to be an avatara, to be God. He would rationally prove the person wrong. He had superior knowledge and he would rationally explain to them, if you are God, can you do this? Do you have this power? Sometimes people would take it as a challenge and would try to have a verbal battle with the Swami. The audience's attention would then swing to the disturbing individual, the person who was grabbing the spotlight. Sometimes it was very difficult. I used to sit there and wonder, how is he going to handle this guy? This one is really a problem. But Swamiji was hard to repel. Even if he couldn't convince the person, he convinced the other people in the crowd so that energy of the room would change and would tend to quiet the person. Swamiji would win the audience by showing them that this person didn't know what he was talking about, and the person would feel the vibrations of the room change, that the audience was then no longer listening or believing his fear, and so the person would shut up.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Who would like to read next? Please raise your hands. Hare Krishna.
Should I read?
Yes, Pushpa Mataji. Good morning, Prabhuji. Pushpa Mataji has raised hand. After her, you can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Done with pronouns. Go ahead, Pushpa
Mataji,
Mataji.
Mataji, how it is going to, na? Yeah.
So Swamiji.
Sorry, Mataji, your voice is breaking for me.
Mataji, from which line can you point it out?
From this paragraph, Mataji, so Swamiji would remove, right, from here.
Hare Krishna. So Swamiji would remove the audience rather than the person. He would do it without crushing the person. He would do it by superior intelligence, but also with a lot of compassion. When I saw him to do these things, then I realized he was a great teacher and a great human being. He had the sensitivity not to injure a person physically or emotionally, so that when the person sat down and sat up, he wouldn't be doing it in defeat or anger. He wouldn't be hurt. He would just be outwitted by the Swami. We shall go for a walk at 6:30. Swamiji said one morning, you can drive me to the park. Several devotees accompanied him to Golden Gate Park's Stove Lake. They knew the park well and led Swamiji on his scenic walk around the lake, over a bridge, though forest enclosed path, and across a small rivulet, hoping to please him with nature's beauty. Whatever Swamiji saw, he saw through the eyes of scripture, and his comments on the most ordinary things were full of transcendental instruction. As he walked, he reflected about those who want to see God must first have the qualification to see God. They must be purified just like the cloud is now covering the sun. They say, oh, the sun is not out, but sun is there. Only our eyes are covered. Like tour guides, the boys led the Swamiji to the more picturesque areas. They came upon swans gliding the lake. Srimad Bhagavatam Swamiji said, compare devotees to swan and literature about Lord Krishna to beautiful clear lake. The non-devotees, he said, were like crows, attracted by the rubbish of mundane topics. Walking over a gravel path, he stopped and drew their attention. Look at the pebbles. As many pebbles are there, there are many living entities. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pronouns. Muthumanikam Prabhuji, you can read now, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. The devotees delighted in bringing Swamiji to a rhododendron glen. Its big bushes completely covered with white and pink flowers, and they felt privileged to see Krishna through the Swami's eyes. The next morning, when Swamiji again wanted to go to the park, more devotees accompanied him. They had heard from the others how Swamiji had displayed a different mood while walking. Again, the boys were ready to lead him along new trails around the lake. But without announcing the change in plans, he walked up and down the macadam road beside the lake. Swamiji stopped beneath a large tree and pointed to some bird droppings on the ground. What does this mean? He asked, turning to a new boy who stood beside him. Swamiji's face was serious. The boy blushed. Oh, I don't know what it means. Swamiji remained thoughtful, waiting for an explanation. The devotees gathered around him, looking intently down at the bird droppings. The boy thought Swamiji might be expecting him to decipher some hidden meaning in the pattern of the droppings. The way people read the future in tea leaves, he felt he should say something. It is, oh, etc. the directions of all birds. Swamiji smiled and turned towards the others for an answer. They were silent. It means, said Swamiji, that these birds, he pronounced the words birds, have lived in the same tree for more than 2 weeks. He laughed. Even the birds are attached to their apartments. As they passed the stubble forts and the old man playing checkers, Swamiji stopped and turned to the boys. Just to see, he said. Old people in this country do not know what to do, so they play like children, wasting their last days, which should be meant for developing Krishna consciousness. Their children are grown and gone away, so this is a natural time for spiritual cultivation. But no, they get some car, cat, or dog, and instead of serving God, they serve dogs. It is most unfortunate, but they will not listen. Their ways are set. Therefore, we are speaking to the youth who are searching. When Swamiji and the boys passed a sloping green lawn just of the just of the just of Gesser Drive, the boys pointed out that this was the famous Hippies Hill. In the early morning, the gently sloping hill at the quiet meadow surrounded by eucalyptuses and oaks were silent and still, but in a few hours hundreds of hippies would gather here to lounge on the grass, make friends and get high. Swamiji advised the boys to come here and hold kirtanas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you so much. Lakshmi Mataji, you can read Mataji. We'll just conclude with this page. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. The chanting was popular, drawing many people than the first kirtanas in New York's Tompkins Square Park. Sometimes Swamiji himself would come to the park to join his disciples. On Sunday, he walked up suddenly, and to the surprise of the devotees, he sat down and began playing the mridanga and leading the singing in a loud voice. Swamiji was the center of attraction. Even his age and dress made him prominent, whereas the others in the park were mostly young people dressed in denims or various hippie costumes. Swamiji was 70 and distinctly dressed in saffron robes, and the way the devotees had all cheered and bowed before him and were now looking at him so lovingly caused onlookers to regard him with curiosity and respect. As soon as he had sat down, some young children and gathered in close to him. He had smiled at them, deftly playing the mridanga and entertaining them with his playing. Govinda Dasi. With Swamiji's arrival, there was a mastery and an authority about the whole Kirtana that was absent before. We were no longer kids in San Francisco chanting Hare Krishna. Now we had historical depth and meaning. Now the Kirtana had credentials. His presence established the ancient historical quality of the chanting. When Swamiji came, the whole disciplic succession came. After, after an hour of chanting, Swamiji stopped the Kirtana and addressed the crowd. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the sound vibration, and it is to be understood that the sound vibration is transcendental. And because it is transcendental vibration, therefore, it appeals to everyone, even without understanding the language of the sound. This is the beauty. Even children respond to it. After speaking 5 minutes, Swamiji began the Kirtana again. Some of the young people joined joined hands, forming a circle, and began to dance around and around in front of Swamiji. Then they encircled him and danced around him hand in hand. As he surveyed the activities in the meadow, Swamiji seemed deeply pleased to see the ring of dancers singing all around him, chanting Hare Krishna. Although the enthusiasm of these hippies was often wild and sensual, the gathering assumed a wholesome sweetness due to the chanting of Hare Krishna. For Swamiji, the main thing was that the chanting was going on and on. Dressed in a saffron cloth that seemed to change color subtly in the fading afternoon sunlight, he watched in a kindly, fatherly way, not imposing any restraint but simply inviting everyone to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranams.
Danvat Pranams, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So beautiful. Today it is such a good read, no, for all of us. See
Yes.
how.
Mataji.
Yes, Sharmila Mataji, you were saying something?
I was agreeing with you. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. And such a beautiful, blissful reading it was with all of you. So we will continue again on Sunday because tomorrow, Saturday, we have our weekly satsang. So 8:30 to 9:30, we have our weekly satsang.
Mataji, 1 second, Mataji. Mataji, where can we get the link for that, Mataji?
I will share in the same group, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Was it there last week? Saturday?
Last month they cancelled it, Mataji, because of Ekadashi and Surbi Mataji had come in, who was the direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. So then we received the cancellation message.
Okay.
Otherwise, usually every Saturday.
Mataji?
Sorry, Mataji?
Is it in the temple channel that we have to log in?
No, Mataji, it's a Zoom meeting link. So I will send it. I will share the link with all of you.
And also, can
English
I
community.
request you something, Mataji?
English community.
Mataji.
Your voice is breaking, Mataji. Sorry, come again, Mataji.
No, Mataji, may I request something?
Yes,
Mataji, these pages that we are reading, no, can somebody who has book post PDF like how Deepti Mataji do in the morning, no, so that once this is done, because I don't have book or anything, I can also read that way.
Okay, Mataji. The
PDF of the
Mataji, book is not available online, Mataji. Usually, Srila Prabhupada's books will directly be available in this country website. But this book is not there because it's not written by Srila Prabhupada. It's biography of Prabhupada written by another devotee. So, which is why I recommended everyone to purchase the books. What we are doing now is Shweta Mataji is helping me to. Initially, I was scanning and taking the scanning the pages and then projecting it. Now Shweta Mataji is helping me to scan the pages and she keeps sending it to me. So as and when she sends, I keep there is no like one chapter, one PDF, nothing of that sort. Mataji, she sends me 5 pages every day. So I say saying part one of this chapter, part two, So it will be like I
but
don't
it
have
will be continuity, right, Mataji?
Yes,
it will have
Mataji.
continuity, right?
It will have continuity, but it will be different. Like one PDF will have say 10 pages. It will be like that.
No problem. Can you share that?
Twice. Okay,
Can
so
you
I can share whatever I have.
Okay.
So for till date, I can share whatever. But I think most of them have book. But I will strongly recommend that you all purchase the book also because it's something
Mataji, I
it will
am
be
in
good for
UAE
you to
now,
sit
that-
and read because.
So only
Oh,
when I
okay,
come.
Mataji. Okay. Oh, nice, Mataji. You're joining us from there. Very nice, Mataji. Okay. So what is
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji?
It's like we are 1.5 hours behind, Mataji. It's only 8:35 here.
Oh, okay. I thought you're ahead. Okay, Mataji.
No,
Okay.
Mataji.
Nice. Thank you so much, Mataji. Then I'll do something. I'll post the PDF, but it will not be so like you saw. No, some pages will be curved, some pages will be
No
big
problem,
success.
no problem. At least we can read,
Yes, yes. Okay, then I'll post it in the chat where I post the recordings, right? So the same
Sure,
chat.
ma'am. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranams. So tomorrow the weekly satsang link also I will share it in our common group. You can all join, and Sunday onwards we will continue. We will resume as usual at 8:55 p.m. We will all join and we will start. All right. Thank you so much everyone. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anantakoti Vaishnavinda ki jai, jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much
Thank you,
everyone.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna, Mother.
you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.